Yeah, you ready? Right, uniform layer cut. What we've done is we've sectioned his hair into 4. So we're starting at his front hairline. We've got his first 2 sections at the front. We've got second 2 sections at the back, and we've left a panel going down the middle. Yeah, about 1 centimetre-ish wide. Taking your first section is going to determine the length of the shortest layer on top. Once that section's cut, we're going to let that section drop and then work down his middle panel, pulling up to 90 degrees. We know hair's at 90 degrees because if you put your comb on your client's scalp, that will show you exactly where you need to pull out from. And what we're doing is we're working right the way to the bottom. Once we've taken that section, what we will start doing is in small sections pulling your hair out, using your middle section as a guideline. Work your way down that section as well. Pulling out again to 90 degrees. By keeping even, strong sections, work right the way to the bottom of each section. While you're taking your sections, be neat and be clear, and you will see exactly what you need to be cutting off. Make sure you're moving all the hair, you're not working. Be firm with it and move it exactly out of your way. This will help keep the section that you work tidy and ensure you're not getting too much hair and confusing your guideline. Start at the top of your section each time and you work your way round down to the bottom using your guideline that you've got there. When you've completed your first section, cross-check it. By cross-checking it now, what you will ensure is that you achieve a correct cut. If you carry on cutting, you might end up with one side a lot longer than your other. By cross-checking, we mean checking the opposite way to what you've cut. When that section's complete, do exactly the same on your other side. As your hair dries out, carry on spraying it down. If you're unsure at any point or lose your guideline, spray your hair back down and make your section size smaller, and that will help you to find your guide. So again, exactly the same as on your last side, moving your hair out of your way so you can see exactly what section you're working on. If you would like to clip the section you've just worked up and out of your way, then that's fine as well. Remember, a good tension, so pulling your hair correctly, will give you a better finish. And it'll give you a straighter edge. While you're cutting, ensure that you're moving your position around your client. By saying that, what I mean is you're not pulling your hair back. By pulling your hair back, you'll achieve longer length at the sides. Again, at any point, if you're confused, putting your comb on your scalp will show you where 90 degrees is. If you lose your guideline, spray it back down and half your section size. Then ensuring that you cross-check your cut, which is just checking the opposite way to what you've cut. Will ensure that your cut's correct from back to sides. Use your fingers to pull out for balance to ensure that you've got an even result. When you've completed your back sections, make sure your hair that you're working around the front's not too dry. Oh, that one. And what we'd like to achieve now, is another section down the middle, about 1 centimetre wide either side at parting. This will give us a guideline to cut from the front to the back. From the back to the front, sorry. So again, if you have a look, you've got a centimetre panel at either side. If you take this back about a centimetre into the back of the haircut, you'll get a guideline to cut the front. So pulling up, I should see my guideline, which I can just underneath, and I will take off what needs to come off. I will then use this as a guideline, pulling right up to 90 degrees. Making sure again I'm pulling up and I'm not pulling back. Pulling back will achieve a longer result round the front. Once you've completed that, cross check to make sure you've got a correct finish that you're happy with, and then combing this down will give us a guideline at either side at parting in view to cut in the sides. Then I can now see my guideline at the top, which I'm going to be working from. If your block has got a beard, be careful at this point not to get his beard. I can feel like my block is drying out a little bit too much, so I'm going to spray him back down to make my own life easier. Again, I can see my guideline straight away, using even tension. Correct sections. Two sections too wide will again give you an uneven finish. And I've sectioned my beard out of the way. So I'm just going to cross check my cut. So again, checking it the opposite way to ensure an even finish. To repeat exactly the same at other side. Make sure you're combing your sections out of your way to make life easier, so you're not trying to get too much hair in one section. Again, that's going to create an uneven finished look. Again, I'd like to spray my client's hair down a little bit more because it is now becoming a little bit dry and I'm in danger of losing a guideline. Right, again, exactly the same as on the other side, you need to cross check. To ensure your look's correct, and use your fingers as balance to ensure your lengths are even at both sides. To finish this style off, you will just need to cut round the perimeter edges, which means just getting rid of length that client don't want. So, during consultation we'll have discussed how much length to remove. Pulling your section down, determine on how much you want off, remove any unwanted length. Sectioning hair off around the sides, bringing it in and around. At this point you don't want to cut across too much because you'll cut into the underneath into the hairline. And we're just removing unwanted length from around the sides. Pulling that right round client. And repeat, same on the other side. Exactly the same, and as you come to your sides, pulling around. And last but not least, let your client look right down and we will trim any unwanted length by pulling right down to 0 degrees this time and removing any long pieces. Check your length at either side for balance and recommend your client suitable aftercare. That's it, uniform wear. Thank you very much.